All right, great. So, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of just do a broad overview of a project we've been working on. This may have some areas that pertain to the project that you all are working on, but I was hoping to maybe collaborate on some of the issues that are going to be tackled in the future. So I'll get you all caught up on what's going on over here at the city of Minneapolis. And just to point out, the city has different departments. I'm specifically from the surface water and sewer department. So stormwater, sanitary sewer is where I'm working. That's where this project is taking place. And this project is unique to the sewer department. So we kind of built this this mapping project, keeping in mind the state rules outlined in the Gopher State Handbook. And what and I'm going to show you the product here. It's essentially what it is it's a it's a real-time, highly accurate map of our underground utilities that's provided to each and every ticket that's called in for every excavator within the city of Minneapolis. Typically, they get the map. We get the map built and sent to them typically within an hour, but sometimes as little as 10 minutes. Sometimes it's a couple hours under really high ticket volumes, if we're backed up a couple hundred tickets. So essentially what this tool does is it creates a personalized map for the excavator with the underground sewer facilities on the map. The map includes measurements to the inch of the of all the sewer facilities that we have measured out, and it overlays that into a PDF and combines that with all of the contact information for the locator that's going to be taking care of their ticket. So it kind of alleviates a concern I've seen a lot from the excavating community of who do I call when there's a problem? Who do I reach out to? This gives them email contact as well as the direct line to the locator. But more on the mapping side of things here, the map is created based on the area of interest provided by the excavator through their ticket submission at Gopher State One Call. So you could see here, I just pulled up this map. This is an emergency ticket that was just called in today. A locator hasn't even visited this ticket yet, but the map has already been emailed to the excavator at their provided email address that they provide on the ticket. So here's their selected area of interest. It's highlighted on this key here. And if we scroll down, you can see there's a grid cell as well for reference. And then there's all the underground sewer facilities entering their area of interest. In some of these, the area of interest is larger than their actual dig area, which I think we run into quite a bit with excavators not truly narrowing down where they're working. So that's why this mapping system will create a map and send out the full scope of their area of interest. So although this emergency is probably just for one of these houses in here somewhere, this is what they selected as their work area. If you I think I have a bigger example here. So here's a boundary survey or a non-excavation ticket that was called in. I'll scroll all the way up here and show you. See if I can move this Zoom box. There we go. So here's kind of what it looks like. Here's their ticket number that they called in. This map would have been created, within about an hour of the contractor submitting this ticket. Here's their area of interest. It looks like this is probably for the light rail extension. And you can see it's cutting through Minneapolis here. So this is a much larger one. And this map will be broken into probably a couple hundred pages, but it's as soon as we get down to where our utilities start, you'll start seeing the area of interest come into play and our underground utilities come into play too. They can follow along with the grid cell. So typically what we see is a lot of excavators they'll receive this map, they'll print it out or bring it with their tablet and then make decisions in the field based on the information that they're seeing on this map. You have a snowstorm come through, rainstorm come through, or traffic come through that wipes out all the marks. We have everything that's underground on here, including the abandoned facilities as well, so that they can reference this map and they can even take measurements if they need to. So that's kind of the overall gist of it. I'm not going to jump into any of the technicals or anything like that. But like I said, this goes out for every ticket. So that's where we're at with it.
Thank you very much. I'm sure there's some questions out there, particularly from your neighbor next door in St. Paul. Bob, you're online, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm very interested in all of the styling stuff that you've got going on there for the visuals. Also the gridding system. I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about that as well, but I'm not sure, Barb, would a gridding system like this and reporting output work in this kind of fashion? I mean, would we need to still need to clip back to the boundaries and stuff, you think? Or I don't know how that might play out with how we're approaching things.
As we go into this next phase of development, right now, our assumption is we would do the excavation area or ticket area plus the 100-foot buffer. But what else should we add? Like this type of parcel data, maybe. For larger excavation areas, sometimes it's only locating and digging in a parcel or part of a parcel. But this is very fascinating. Are other departments doing this, Stephen?
No, we haven't come across anyone that's doing this yet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And yeah, we send it out. Even if an excavator is just updating their ticket, they'll get a fresh map with the even if they're calling in a ticket that's updating one that's 2 weeks old, for instance, maybe it expired. Even if it's the same area of interest, they'll get an updated map sent to them electronically immediately following the submission of the ticket.
Stephen, are you sending those just via email, or how are you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they go to the email address that is provided by the excavator on their ticket.
And it's
Are you doing this as an alternative to going out and painting and flagging, or are you doing both?
Both.
What positive results or unintended consequences have you seen by doing this?
I would say probably the biggest obstacle right now is honestly the awareness of it. But for those, I would say most of the larger excavators that we've run into, their crews are really using it to their advantage. They have it allows them to work with quite a bit more confidence in that they can visualize what's going to be in their way ahead of time.
Mhm.
instead of solely relying on the locator to come back out and make sure all the marks are clear as day. Taking into account where we are in Minnesota and the weather here, and it can get the marks are fresh for a day or two or three, but the projects continue through the entire dig season. So having something on your tablet that you can reference, you can plan ahead days and weeks into the future. And if something is unclear or something is missing, or you have questions about something, you can reference this and contact us, which is in the end what we want with this is we want them to call us if something doesn't make sense, so we can prevent an interruption of service with our underground assets.
Stephen, is this when this data is provided, is it just a link that takes them into your system to see the data, or how?
No, we don't allow them into our system. It's a PDF that
Okay.
is sent via email.
Okay.
And it comes with it comes with and I can show you all this. This is all public. We send out hundreds of these sometimes a day. So it comes with a legend. It comes with the grid cell. Then of course, it's going to come with a bunch of legal disclaimers too. So virtually anybody can pick this up and quickly determine what they're looking at.
Hey, Steve, Brad here.
Yep.
What kind of accuracy have you got on these sewer lines?
So that's going to be, I can't answer that with a
Well,
definite.
give me, is it 5 feet? Is it 1 foot, half a foot? What do you think?
So in my experience, it is to the inch.
To the inch?
Yes, in my experience.
Okay, now I used to work for the city of Minneapolis, so we're the guys that automated those property maps about 40 years ago. They've been consistently updated since then. And then
Mhm.
we're the guys that automated the planimetric maps, but the sewer department was reluctant to share their stuff electronically. So do you guys actually send that electronic file of this over to Don Elwood so he can do the street plans?
So I think I know what your question. I may be answering the wrong question here.
Half of it wasn't a question.
is the measurements that we provide on the maps are for the laterals. All the other features you see on the map, we're not guaranteeing the accuracy. For instance, is the main going to be situated perfectly on the map versus where it is underneath the road out there? The only measurements that we provide are going to be the measurements that you can read right there on the map with the numbers on them, and those are going to be measurements from.
Are the water mains available in the same capability or not?
I can't answer that. That would be a question for the water department.
Because there's actually a lead house service connection project statewide to replace all of the lead connections. Bob knows about that over in St. Paul because they've, I believe, already sent their data, or they're in the process of sending their data to
Gotcha.
to the Department of Health. So that's
Yes.
the question.
So for all the, we're out there marking as well. We provide the measurements that we have available and nothing more. So we can't guarantee that the measurement is going to be accurate within an inch. However, like I said, in my experience, for when I've seen them exposed or damaged, they have been accurate within usually highly accurate in a lot of cases to the inch or within the tolerance zone of the 2 feet.
Yeah, I'll just go out on a limb here and back up. No, it's not too far of a limb, but I'll back up Stephen on the way that they're doing this actually gets them out of a lot of contradictory information, because once you find the pipe in the ground, and you do have manholes on a lot of it on both ends, so you know approximately where the pipe is, these linear measurements on each pipe segment really get you to zeroed in, regardless of where the pipe might be positioned on some kind of paper map. Once they're working out in the field, this really helps the guys that are actually doing the excavations, because they know where the pipe segment is between manholes for the most part. And once they've got that all either potholed or identified, you can do a lot of that even just looking down the manhole. These measurements here are perfect for doing all the laterals. And it's interesting because I've got the same kind of information available for our sewer system at the St. Paul. So I'm like, I could be doing something very similar to this.
Yeah,
Well,
it can.
Steve, I don't mean to be critical. This is a huge step forward for you guys. So let's be real honest about that. Steve, one other question for you. Are you aware of the Hennepin County One Call project?
No, I'm not.
Well, you should be aware of that, because every construction project going on in Hennepin County, the Hennepin County is, well, not requiring, but asking the underground utilities to be sent over to Hennepin so they can see all of the underground utility conflicts. Offline, I'll send you the Hennepin County contact on that.
I'm sure. Yeah, I got it written down here. Yeah, if you could send me that, but I'm sure there's somebody in my department that's.
Well, I'll come at it from the Hennepin County side, because not every city in Hennepin County is working with them on this project. So
Sure.
Okay, lots of good discussion. See, Steve, when we talked about it yesterday, I told you no problem.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm hoping that I can stick around and, potentially contribute to this ongoing discussion and maybe learn some things as well along the way.
Well, we really appreciate you, again, like as I indicated, jumping in on short notice here like that. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.